Well, shall we get started? I don't know if anyone else is going to join us, but that's okay. Everybody got their wine?
Yes, ma'am.
No, I have a Diet Coke.
There you go. That works too. So we're going to start by preheating our oven to 400 degrees. And as that is preheating, we have garden tomatoes finally. Yay!
Nice.
So I have 2 pounds of tomatoes here. I don't know if you guys decided to go with 2 pounds or 1.5, but we're going to seed and juice these. I didn't do that when I did the test, and it took forever for the tomatoes to reduce. So this time I am going to just cut them in half and just kind of squeeze them over my little compost bowl. You don't have to be completely dry, but get most of the seeds out. Now this is a recipe that's based on a Julia Child's recipe. Of course, I have changed some things. I'm sure Julia is rolling over in her grave, but it had to happen. Now she likes us to blanch and to peel the tomatoes, and I just think that's way too fussy. These tomatoes, well, the tomatoes, they cook for so long that it really doesn't matter because the skins just get really soft, because these are going to cook for a while. They're going to cook in the pan, and then they're going to cook in the pie shell, so they will be fine.
I like the skins.
I do too.
But then again, I like all the skins. I mean, I like the skins of potatoes. I like the skins of, we sometimes even eat the skins of kiwi.
I've never eaten a kiwi skin.
You can.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are they kind of stickery?
Huh?
Aren't they the skin of kiwi? Aren't they kind of fuzzy or
fuzzy? But it tastes good.
Oh, okay. I've never had one. And they say the skin is the healthiest part of all the vegetables.
Yeah.
Smart?
Yeah. They say you should definitely eat your skin.
Everybody farts.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said smart.
Oh, yes. It also makes you smart.
Oh, okay. All right.
There you go.
Then again, farting makes you smart, so.
It makes you smart.
I don't know. I just made that up. If you say it with confidence, it's true.
We have these cute little
If you
blackberry
eat beans, it does.
Mike, were you able to get all the ingredients at such last minute?
Well, you know, the problem is I had so many leftovers from my granddaughter hanging around. I'm actually not doing this recipe.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to actually cook some burgers because I had some leftover hamburger. So I'm not going to hone in on you guys.
Oh, but you're going to keep us company. I like that.
Absolutely.
Yay.
How's everybody doing gutting their tomatoes?
Good.
And that's so gross.
So do you really need 2 whole pounds?
This is 1.5 to 2 pounds. I like the 2 pounds because it really seems to fill the shell better, but it's completely up to you. I've got one more here. After I squeeze it, then we're just going to chop them up. Just a rough chop. Again, it's all going to cook down, so I wouldn't get too terribly hung up on how small to chop them. So I'm just going to, like I said, just rough chop them. And we're going to just chop these up for now and set them aside so that we're ready for them when the time comes to throw them in. All right. Jerry, how was your week?
How's my week? Yeah, same old, same old.
I see that Erin is at the beach today wearing her puppy out.
Yeah.
Which beach is she?
She's over on Eastern Shore.
Oh, fine.
They've got a camper over there.
Mm-hmm. It looks wonderful. It looks like it's really like sparsely populated. There aren't a lot of people there.
It depends, there's not a whole lot of people on Eastern Shore, but a lot of people are going over there now.
Oh, okay.
And, buying weekend homes or You know, like
Oh,
I'm going in November, not November, October for a couple weeks.
oh,
But
nice.
I'm taking the motorhome.
You're taking what?
The motorhome.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And
And
so
then-
Hannah and I will be going over there.
And you'll be able to stay close to them, or you'll be out there by yourself?
No, I'll be going to the state park because I can camp there free.
Oh, okay. No, that's a great
Yeah,
idea.
we have a lot of free camping from camp hosting so many years. So
Perfect.
I
Well,
get to, do it free.
I'm curious to see what's going to happen when like the supposed school year is supposed to start.
Mhm.
That's going to happen for y'all.
Here it's after Labor Day.
Okay.
Yeah, us too.
So it'll be
And
interesting.
and most all the schools, all the public schools are doing it virtual, on the
Yeah.
computer right now. And it'll be they'll do it for 9 weeks and then decide whether or not they want to go put them in the classroom.
Mhm.
If it were me, if I had a kid in school, they would not go. I'm
Right.
sorry, they would not go.
I'm with you.
I'd probably kill them within 2 weeks, but they would not go.
Yeah, what kind of wine goes with algebra 2?
Right.
I think any kind goes without the
And I
two.
can't even imagine what it'd have been like if I'd had Robbie and John have to do them. Oh my God.
They would have to be in separate rooms.
That would have been awful.
Now, what was
Because,
it? Was it the constant tussling, or was it battle of who was smartest, or?
No, Rob, he's probably the smartest of the three, but you couldn't tell him anything. He already knew it.
Which Rob are we talking about?
My beloved.
And then there was John, who was very particular in everything he did, complete opposite from Rob.
All right. How's everybody going with their tomatoes? Everybody,
Almost there, not quite.
okay. So after you get your tomatoes chopped, you're going to grab an onion. We're going to chop up a thinly minced, chop up onion, about 1/4 cup.
How much onion?
1/4 cup.
Oh, so not a whole onion.
Not a whole onion.
Those
No.
life
We're
skills.
We're going to use
Look at
onion for something else. We're going to use onion in the spinach salad
Okay,
as well.
Look at those nice skills.
I'm pouring tomato juice all over my dog.
Oh, I'm sure he loves it.
He likes to stand right underfoot and the tomato juice is dripping to the floor.
Please still clean it up.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
You
go.
like to do the halfway cut in between. So when you do the main slice, do you do 1 or 2 on the side?
Are you asking me, Mike?
I am.
I'm
So
sorry,
when
I
you're
missed the
trying
question.
when you're trying to mince a onion, do you cut it on the side as well as on the edge?
Sometimes I will cut it through the side, but mostly I just make a lot of hash marks across. I cut the onion in half and then just do a lot
Right.
of hash marks across the top.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I usually do.
Awesome.
All right. So I'm gonna go over to my stove and start heating up some olive oil. So we're gonna heat up about 1 tablespoon of olive oil in our pan. And then we're gonna add the onions to it when you're ready for that step.
What are we putting on medium?
We're gonna saute up the onions, get them translucent. We don't want them brown. So yeah, we don't want it too hot. You okay?
Yeah, like what did you say, a tablespoon of olive oil?
Yeah, just a tablespoon of olive oil. Just some to saute the onions in. So I'm gonna throw my onions in the pan.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
We got some new Pampered Chef little wooden spoons for stirring up. So glad. We'll order them from Lena. Okay. So while your onions are starting to do their saute, we're going to move back to our tomato bowl. And let's just go ahead. We've got 5 cloves of garlic that we're just going to smash and rough chop. So 5 cloves of garlic, 6 if you really love garlic. Smash
Doesn't
and
like garlic.
I lost one.
Sleepy,
Typically little suckers.
They are. Smashing garlic has gotten Max all fired up. He's going to save us.
Yeah, I thought we were supposed to be having champagne, but that looks red.
You know, I went back and forth about what I wanted to drink while I was cooking, and I actually thought about the champagne, and I was like, I don't know. So I would rather have the champagne.
Oh, yeah?
Did everybody get champagne?
Perfect.
I'm not a champagne girl.
No?
I'm all wine.
Yeah, see, when you're doing burgers, it's really cool. You just have beer. Doesn't matter.
Yes, I agree. Ooh, is everybody's garlic as sticky as mine?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Rinse my hands off.
Is this your garlic that you're using?
Yes, it's so nice. We're getting enough now to where the only time we've had to buy garlic was in June, right before the garlic started to ripen. We harvest it in July. So the garlic that we had, so we're doing something different this year. We just hung all of the garlic last year, and it started to kind of go bad, rot, whatever, in May. So now we've seen this thing where it's not really pickling the clove of garlic. You put the whole clove, skin and all, into a brine, and you just let it sit. So that's what we're doing this year, so that we have garlic even through the end of May and June. Yeah.
What do you brine it with?
I'm sorry?
What do you brine it with?
I don't remember off the top of my head right now. We haven't done it yet. I'll have to look it up again. But if you're interested, I'll shoot you the recipe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Is the garlic going in the tomatoes, or is it going separate?
Yeah, I'm gonna we're putting the garlic and the tomatoes after our onions turn translucent. Then we're gonna put into the pan the tomatoes, the garlic, the basil, the thyme, the oregano. So I'm just kind of prepping that step by putting it all in a bowl together now. So I've got some thyme here. Now I'm using fresh thyme. So I've got about a teaspoon and a half. But if you're using dried, of course you want to use about a half a teaspoon.
I'm a little behind. I have my garlic peeled, and what do you do? Mince it, smash it, what?
To what? The garlic?
The garlic.
You just smash it and rough chop it. Don't worry about a fine mince or anything like that.
And then we're putting it in with the tomatoes and the herbs. The garlic goes in the bowl with the tomatoes.
Yes, yes. I'm putting the garlic, the thyme, the basil, the oregano, all in the bowl with the tomatoes.
But not the parsley.
Not the parsley. No, that's going to go into the egg mixture later.
Okay.
So there's my thyme. We have got so much summer savory. Do you guys use summer savory?
Sometimes, but not. I mean, I don't grow it, so.
Mm-hmm. we grow it and it loves our climate.
Does it? Okay.
I have cut it back almost to the ground twice and hung it to dry, and it's ready to be cut back again.
Oh, you're kidding.
It's wonderful. Let's see how my onions are doing. How's everybody's onions?
Pretty good.
Mine are smelling nice. I'm gonna turn my heat down just a little bit so I don't burn them. Okay, got a little bit more oregano I'm gonna put in here, and I'm gonna chop up some basil. And like I said, we're just gonna rough chop that. If you're using fresh herbs, we're just gonna rough chop it. Now I did get a little extra basil for serving, but it's just kind of my own preference. Okay. How's everybody doing?
Good.
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 You can throw some salt and pepper in here if you want. Okay, my onions look pretty good, so now I'm going to go over and I'm just going to dump my mixture, my tomatoes, into the pan.
Nice.
And
Love the sizzle.
I'm going to need this again. So now what you want to do is you want to put the lid on the pan, turn the heat up pretty high, and we're going to let it go for about 5 minutes. Let them-
I missed
I missed all that too.
the sizzle was in my ear. What did you say?
That's okay. You're going to put a lid on the skillet, and you're going to turn the heat up pretty high, and you're going to let those tomatoes go for about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. So while that's happening, we're going to turn our attention to our crust. Now, did you guys make crust, buy crust?
Bye.
Buy.
Yeah.
I've never made a crust in my life.
I have made a crust. It's actually not all that difficult. It's time consuming. And I don't think it really tastes. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I really don't think it tastes all that much different.
That's what I was going to say.
Store variety. Yeah.
Yeah, so much easier to just buy it.
Yeah. So let me grab my pie crust. It's nice and cold. You want your crust nice and chilled.
We just need one.
Just need one.
Okay.
Only one. I'm gonna break mine out of the pan. You can roll it out a little bit if you want to. I don't really do that. I'm just gonna unroll mine. I think I can. I think I can. That first little bit's always the toughest.
Work it. Work it.
Work. That helps, Mike. Thank you. Look at that. Now I've got it.
I'm just trying to help. Just trying to help.
All right. So we're going to blind bake this. It might be a little too cold. So I'm going to need, because I kind of messed it up, so I'm going to need the rolling pin to roll mine out a little bit and kind of get it put back together.
I got all kind of cracky also. So,
Yeah,
hello, Mike. My name's Kipley.
a crack crust.
So can I just roll it till it's one again?
Yeah, you just roll it until it kind of all seams together. It'll
Y'all
be.
need to take your pie crust out a little early
Yeah,
and let it cool off a little bit.
I'm seeing that now. I've always heard that your pie crust should be just cold, cold, cold. So that's why I left it in the fridge, but it's okay. It's all right. Couple rolls with a rolling pin. It's all good. We're gonna pick it up. We're gonna put it, I've got a pie pan. I don't know if you guys got a crust that already has a pan attached to it.
Is the pan supposed to be greased or anything?
No,
Okay.
no, no, no. So we're just gonna kind of ease our crust in here. If you have any splits in there, you can just fix them with your finger. I don't like to work it too much. It makes it a little tough, but that's okay. All right. Live television. So what I do for blind baking, and you guys have probably done this as well. So I'm just going to take a sheet of parchment. And you can take, sorry?
Should we turn our tomatoes off?
No, keep letting your tomatoes go. Those, we're going to leave the tomatoes go for about 5 minutes. Then we're going to take the lid off, and we're going to reduce the heat, and then we're going to let them continue to reduce until they're almost dry.
Can I see your pie crust? Because mine doesn't look anything like that. Okay, I have a remedial pie crust. Yes.
It's beautiful.
It's perfect.
No matter what.
So we're going to fit bits of parchment down into your pie crust. I have got a container of black beans, dried black beans. Pour that into the parchment. So what this does is it helps the pie crust to retain its shape. If you don't do this when you blind bake it, then it will, the sides will just collapse down into the bottom. So has everybody got their pie crust ready to go in the oven?
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna pop that in our 400-degree oven for about 9 to 10 minutes. I usually do about 9 minutes. Okay. Now my 5-minute timer just went off, so I'm gonna take the lid off of my tomatoes. They've got a lot of juice in there, so we are gonna keep the heat high, and we're gonna let these go until they get almost dry.
I'm keeping them on kind of high.
Say that one more time, Kipling. What was the question?
Oh, I'm keeping it on kind of high so it.
Exactly, so it reduces down a little quicker. Yeah, this is much better than what when we did the test run. There's a lot less juice in there, which is perfect.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, it shouldn't take as long. Okay, so we've got our pie crust in the oven. Our tomatoes are continuing to reduce. And so what we're going to turn our attention to now is our egg mixture, what's going to hold everything together. So I have a little bowl here. I'm going to grab 5 eggs. Okay, let me get another little container because we're going to use only 2 complete eggs, and then we're going to use 3 egg yolks. So I'm going to put my whole eggs in. Some people crack them in a separate dish before they put them into the main egg well, just in case the shell gets in there. I'm a daredevil. I'll put it all in there together. I live on the edge. That's why Robert and I get along so well.
How many eggs? 3 what? What yolks? What?
2 whole eggs.
Uh-huh.
And then the other 3 eggs, you're just going to use the yolk.
Got it.
So you're going to do your whole back and forth thing, which I'm going to actually use one of these because I pulverized that one. So just back and forth until most of the yolk is out. I usually make a really nice egg white omelet the next day with the leftover egg yolk or egg white. All right. So this is a really rich dish. 2 and 1 more.
Fuck.
Excuse me?
I lost all my damn video. Damn it.
That's what he said. Okay, so those are my 3 egg yolks. From there, rinse my hands off.
Don't have time to drink.
Okay. Now to this, we're gonna whisk up these eggs. All right, so I'm gonna whisk up these eggs. Glad I have a big kitchen. Okay.
How many dishes have you dirtied so far, Ellen?
All of them. Oh, trust me, all of them.
Okay, so now to the egg yolks, we're gonna add anchovies. Anybody scared?
No, how many? Do we drain them?
No,
Do we add them all?
no, 8. We're gonna pull out 8 of them. And we're gonna use some of the oil. So we're gonna pull out 8 of these little guys. 1, 2, 3. And just rough chop them. Well, it's all of them for this count. Okay. Rough chop them, you can throw them in with the eggs. They fall apart so easily that you really don't have to spend a whole lot of time cutting them up. They'll fall apart on their own. Now, you are going to take 1 tablespoon of the anchovy oil and put it into the mixture. And Julia uses 2 tablespoons. We found it to be a little too anchovy with 2 tablespoons of anchovy oil in there. So we're going to do our other tablespoon just to olive oil. So you decide for yourself. If you love the flavor of the anchovy, add both. If you don't, then add 1 or none at all. You can do all olive oil as well.
Well, in my egg whites from the egg white thing the next day.
That's what I usually do. I'll do it for breakfast, make like an egg white omelet or something.
But I
Yeah.
Add your rest of your anchovy in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we are going to take our parsley. I've got dried parsley here. We're going to take about 3 tablespoons of dried parsley. I'm just going to kind of crumple mine up. As you guys know, we also have wild parsley growing like mad on our property.
Do you really?
We cannot kill it. It is taking over everything.
We have no idea where it came from.
Awesome.
We have no idea where it came from. But it's delicious, so, you know, we use it.
Yeah.
Throw that in. I gotta rinse my hands again.
And this is going in the eggs.
In the eggs, yes ma'am.
What is the parsley?
The parsley. And then I'm gonna go over here. I've got some Parmesan. So you're gonna grate up about a half of a cup of Parmesan cheese or the Swiss, whichever one you got. Do the half a
Okay.
cup.
And that goes in the bowl?
You're gonna put a half of that in the bowl with the eggs. And the
Okay.
other quarter we're gonna put on top of the pie before we put it in the oven.
Love it.
And you can always use extra cheese. It's kind of like bacon.
Yes.
All
I'm
right.
doing a bacon one. I'm doing a bacon one and a tomato one.
Ooh, yeah.
Reed won't eat the tomato pie.
Ooh, yeah. Now we're going to add in a couple of spices. We've got some red cayenne pepper and some smoked paprika. I'm going to throw in about a teaspoon of the smoked paprika. Adds a lovely little flavor to a little barbecue-y kind of a flavor, smoked flavor.
My favorite.
I'm trying to say.
It's
And then-
interesting not eating salt. I use a lot of smoked paprika because it adds that umami that you don't get from salt.
Exactly. It's wonderful. And then it calls for a pinch of cayenne. So I'm not going to stick my finger in it. I'll use the measuring cup. We put a little
Yeah,
extra.
that was a big pinch.
We do live in New Mexico where it's commonly considered pain as a flavor.
Okay, so we're gonna leave that in our bowl. And how are your tomatoes doing, everybody?
They really are looking good.
Yeah, mine are drying up really nice. I'm gonna go.
Done.
Are yours done? Okay.
Okay, are we looking for
Yeah.
them to be, are we looking for them to be completely dry?
Almost completely dry. I'm gonna bring this over. Now this is looking good. I'm probably gonna give it probably another couple of minutes. I don't know where to put it where you guys can see it. Under the light, maybe.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm gonna let mine go a couple more minutes. And my pie crust is about to ding on me, so there we go.
Woohoo!
If your tomatoes are done, just shut them off. You can leave them in the pan, just shut it off. So now we're gonna take out our pie crust. Cut off the timer. I've got a bowl here. We're going to take out the parchment or the foil with the beans in it and just put it into a separate bowl until they cool off. You're going to grab a fork. You're just going to prick the bottom of your pie crust a few times with the fork. And then we're going to pop that pie crust back into the oven, still at 400 degrees, for about another 2 or 3 minutes until it gets a nice golden color.
400?
Yeah, keep it at 400.
Did you say 400?
Yeah, keep it at 400. 400.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. All right, my tomatoes are looking good. I'm going to just shut those off right this second. So, we have a couple of minutes. So I wanted to talk to you guys about our decision making as far as why we went with champagne for the dish. So we tried 3. We like 3. 3's a good round number. So we tried, we did some research, and these were the recommendations. These were the top recommendations. We used a French rosé. Oh, I'm going to say that. We tried a Beaujolais Merlot, which was, a Louis Jadot Beaujolais, which was delicious. But again, it was too hearty. It's just not the time of year for a red, in my opinion, with food. So this one, again, kind of got lost with the rich flavors of the tomato pie. This one was too hearty, made everything seem very heavy. We opened the champagne and we were shocked because the kind of lemony, mushroomy flavor of the champagne really cut through that tomato and really brought out the flavors. It was delicious. So we were shocked. We were like, okay, we'll try this. You know, people are saying it's good. We'll try it. It was delicious. So definitely give it a shot. Unless there's some people, it gives people a headache. But I love it with the champagne. It makes it seem like it would be such a great brunch meal.
Absolutely, yeah.
You throw a little bit of orange juice in there with that champagne, and so this
Get
is
a
a
little mimosa going.
perfect brunch meal. Okay, so my pie crust is going off. Let's see how it looks. I'm going to give it another minute. It's starting to.
What's it supposed to look like?
It's supposed to be browning. It shouldn't be completely, but the bottom should be pretty firm. If we take it out too soon and the bottom is still not quite cooked all the way through, it'll get mushy. It'll be mushy when you make the quiche.
Got it.
Yeah. So I'm going to take this opportunity to clean some of my mess up, or at least get it out of the way. There. Okay. All right, that's about the end of that. Put that in there. Anybody have any questions so far?
No, we're good.
Comments, concerns,
What are the bread
criticisms?
and the milk?
Sorry,
The breadcrumbs and the milk, what are we doing with those?
milk?
Oh, there wasn't any milk?
No.
Okay, maybe that was for Reed's quiche. That's what, okay, let me just
Oh,
put the milk.
No, not for this. Oh, that looks a lot better. So, let me try to show this to you guys.
Mustard.
So let me try to bring this over to you.
Oh,
So the
beautiful.
crust isn't perfectly brown, but it's the bottom is definitely cooked, and that's what we want.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn my back to the camera. Set this aside. Okay. So now we're gonna start putting kind of everything together. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our egg mixture into this big bowl. Do you still have your tomato bowl?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're just gonna throw the egg mixture into the tomato bowl.
The tomatoes are in the frying pan.
Yeah, the bowl that you used when we
Oh,
chopped up the
okay.
tomatoes and put all the ingredients together, that one. Yeah, good question. Now we're gonna take our tomatoes and we're gonna pour that into the bowl. Okay. And then to that, we are gonna add a half a cup of breadcrumbs. And that'll kind of help everything come together. It's really nice, especially if you're not sure if your tomatoes are quite all the way dry as Julia would like them. So just want to throw that in there. Good job. Mix it in. I want if you guys would reduce your oven heat to 375. Max is talking to us again. Okay, we're just gonna stir this up. Easy, easy, easy. I'm gonna bring the pie crust over, and now we're gonna start filling our pie crust. Did everyone turn their oven down to 375?
Yes.
Okay. So now we're gonna pour our mixture into our pie crust. And it should fill it pretty nicely. Oh, beautiful. Really, really smell that anchovy too. Okay, so now we are going to take the rest of our cheese and we're going to sprinkle it over top. Make it all gorgeous. We're going to take our black olives. Mine are halved. I think I have them in back here. So I have about 12 black olives pitted and halved. And you're just going to lay those on top, kind of make them look pretty. It really adds a lovely flavor, that brininess to the pie. Kind of doing a ring kind of thing here. Whoa. You okay?
Okay.
And then at the very end, before we pop it back in the oven, you're gonna drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil, about a tablespoon or so.
What's going on now?
I'm drizzling the top after I put the cheese and the black olives on. I'm drizzling some olive oil on top, about a tablespoon.
Are the olives sliced?
They're halved.
Halved? Okay.
Halved, yeah. Okay, and then when you got all that, we're gonna pop it into our 375-degree oven. It's gonna stay in there for about 30 minutes.
Watch out, Ricky. Watch out, Ricky.
Ricky's like, you're not dropping enough food, Mama.
Right, right.
You need more.
He is all about the droppings.
Okay, so now we're gonna turn our attention to our spinach salad. So I'm just gonna take the pan that we cooked the tomatoes in, and I'm just gonna wipe it out with a napkin. Let me grab one from the pantry here. I'm just gonna wipe this out. Try not to dirty every dish in the house, but Ellen, you feel free to get a clean pan. Because I know
I like the goo in the bottom of the pan. I'm probably just gonna leave the goo.
Yeah. So now we're gonna grab your bacon, your 4 slices of bacon. We're gonna pop them in the pan and cook those up for our dressing. I almost think I like this better than the pie after we made it. It's so, so.
I have a question when you get a breather.
Sure.
I cooked my bacon yesterday because I had another recipe and I wasn't going to do it twice.
Sound
So
good?
should I put a little of the bacon fat in the pan?
That would be great. And actually, we're just gonna cook the bacon in the pan. Well, no,
Yeah.
we're gonna do all of it. Never mind. Pay no attention to me. Yes, a little bacon grease in the pan would be great.
Okay.
Sorry, Kipling.
Right.
Okay. So now we're gonna start assembling our salad. Wipe off my table. Okay, I got my lettuce grease. I cheated. We don't have lettuce yet, so I had to buy lettuce. I have my bowl. You're gonna put in about 4 ounces, however much you want. But 4 ounces is good for a family of 4. So it's about 3-4 handfuls. If you have big spinach, then you'll, and with tough stems, you'll want to de-stem it. And then you're going to grab your mushrooms. I like this salad because it comes together really fast too.
Did you get fancy mushrooms again?
No, we just have little shiitakes. Baby fellas. It calls for 4. I'm going to do 5 because I like mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're just going to slice them. I like my mushrooms sliced a little bit thicker. I like to taste the mushroom in my mouth. But you guys do whatever you prefer. The salad's really easy to add on to as well. If you want it to be an entree, you can always boil an egg or 2, have it, put it in the salad. We like to put a little bit of blue cheese. You can throw tomatoes in there. So that's what I would do if I were actually going to have this as a meal and not as a side dish.
I like nuts in my salad.
Like what in your salad?
Huh? Oh, nuts.
Yeah.
I like to put nuts in a salad.
Yeah, this is just, it's, doesn't have a whole lot of flavor, so you can add stuff to it. It'll make it that much better.
It'd probably be really good with walnuts.
Yeah, walnuts. Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Check on my bacon. Mike, how are your burgers coming? Oh, he's gone. Where'd Mike go?
Flipping his burgers.
Yeah. Okay, let me put a couple more napkins to put the bacon on. After it's done. So I'm going to set this to the side. Our bacon's going to take a couple of minutes. I wanted to kind of show you guys the rub now and some other things. So I'm going to come over here and grab our cute little swing top jars. And I don't know, so it's a base, a normal base, salt. What do you want to tell them, honey? Is it smoked paprika?
No, it's just the basic rub is salt, pepper, brown sugar, and garlic powder.
And then to that we added either hot green chili, herb de Provence, lavender,
Ooh.
tarragon, and
Okay.
rosemary. So it's
Nice.
really nice. Our favorites so far have been the tarragon, actually.
Tarragon rock.
The tarragon, which is, huh?
What have you used the lavender one for?
We use the lavender for our pork and chicken.
And it was-
I think we preferred it with the chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, it was delicious.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's been so much fun. But we were shocked about the tarragon because neither one of us is really a licorice kind of a person. But it just adds that little bit, that little hint, and it was amazing with the shrimp yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. I love tarragon.
Yeah, so we're gonna perfect this, and we'll probably put it on our little shopping channel at some point.
Awesome.
Once the master is happy with the results. And then
What kind of lavender are you guys growing?
right now, I'm trying to, I've got them written down. I can't remember the names right off the top of my head. I'd have to look them up, Ellen.
Okay. The one I'm growing has, I mean, the leaves look sort of like rosemary, and I think it's English lavender. Is that right?
Yeah, there is the English lavender. I'm thinking one of them is the Munstead lavender.
Yeah. It's not doing well yet, but it's a baby.
We bought 28 and we've lost probably 4.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the first year we have them out
That's a
front.
good ratio.
Mhm. So there's
Yeah.
another variety that's supposed to be super, super pungent and aromatic. And so that's what we want to look into next year. And I can't remember the name of that one either.
Yeah.
We have a garden planner that we have on our computer. And I have all the names of everything in there. So whenever anyone asks me a question, I pull that up. But
yeah,
I'll have to get it to you later.
Yeah, we're kind of going scorched earth this year. Now that the spring is over, we're just going to pull everything out and start over again from scratch.
Really?
It hasn't been a good year. And a lot of that is the critters.
Yes.
And although we love having furry animals in our yard, they're eating everything. So given the choice between trying to get rid of them or, where I think we're going to go with more herbs and less vegetables.
Maybe more cats.
More cats.
More cat. I know. But we probably do need to get a cat. And we haven't had a cat for a long time. I just hate cleaning the litter box.
We
Well,
have
you-
chicken fencing all around our garden. And that helps a lot to keep the rabbits out.
Yeah, we have so much wildlife, and we love all of it, and we want them there, but they also eat the food.
Yeah, I agree. How's everybody's bacon doing?
Oh,
Everybody's bacon getting bacony?
so bacony.
So bacony. So I wanted to show you guys something else that we're growing in our garden that we are going to grow again and again and again. Have you guys ever heard of Midnight Dream bell pepper?
Say it again.
Midnight Dream bell pepper.
Ooh,
Oh my goodness.
Dark purple, almost black.
yeah, I've
What's
seen
it
it.
taste like?
I've never cooked with them.
They pretty much taste like a regular pepper. They're very sweet and delicious, yeah. So, but they grow
Like
really
red?
But they're really cool.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It goes from green to black. It doesn't transition through any other color, which is really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is something we're going to probably grow every year because we've had the best luck with this kind of pepper as opposed to all the different kinds. We've got a red one that's growing, but it's growing really, really slow. Really slow. So, all
I
right.
have a question. I have a question about the salad. Is there just supposed to be mushrooms and spinach in there at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I put in mine. But like I said, if you want to put things like egg in yours or tomato, you decorate it as you want. This is
I heard. I just thought I lost a step there. So I just sauteed my mushrooms in my bacon grease.
That makes me tasty.
Since my bacon's already cooked.
that works. So as that continues,
So now my egg white omelet tomorrow is going to be made with sauteed mushrooms and anchovy oil.
Yes.
okay.
Your house for
Right all the
breakfast.
time.
Sounded delicious. All right, so my bacon is almost done. We buy the thick bacon. It takes forever for it to cook. So while we're cooking, we have a friend who lives up in Colorado, and he is a big space fanatic, junkie.
Mhm.
He teaches at space camp every year when he can. Well, he has put together a salsa. It's a dehydrated salsa that's great for taking up into space, and that's what he's trying to get done, is to have the astronauts take it up into space.
Oh, that's so neat.
Yeah, he gives a package of it, and we just love it. Yeah, it's all dehydrated now. We're actually going to take it backpacking. I don't even know if you guys can see that. I'm so far away from the camera. So it's Danny's space salsa.
That's so cool. So
I
you just
know.
add water to it?
Huh?
You just add water to it?
Just add boiling water to it. Yeah. It's really nice. So if you guys are interested, it's at Danny'sRocketRanch.com.
And the proceeds go to
Wow.
Yeah.
sending, kids to space camp.
Yeah, and all the proceeds go to sending kids to space camp.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, yeah. So he's not making a dime off of it. So we thought that was a noble cause.
Yeah,
So
I'll definitely.
Yeah, give it a look, Alan.
I will.
All right, so my bacon is done. I'm going to pull that out. I'm going to reserve about 2 tablespoons of the bacon grease. The rest of it can go. You can store it, however, put it on the back of your stove. If my mom knew I threw away bacon grease, I would go to bacon grease jail.
Oh, she knows.
As any good Southerner knows.
Oh, we always had the can of bacon grease in the back of the stove.
Yeah. Yes, and on the back of the stove.
She had a little apothecary type jar with a sieve in it. and you just poured it, and all the gridleys stay on the top, and the bacon grease went below.
Oh,
And
fun.
so it was just always, it was, you know, the flour, the sugar, the bacon grease.
Yeah, right. But we
all those things.
have the
Canisters.
sieve. We just, you just used what was in the jar.
Right.
Yeah. So you're going to turn your heat down very, very low now before we add the vinaigrette. I didn't last time, and there was a bit of a show. Let's see. One.
What are we adding?
I'm taking out 2 tablespoons of the bacon grease. That's really all you need of the bacon grease. And I'm just going to put the rest in we keep ours in the fridge now because people have scared me that we're going to die if we don't keep our bacon grease in the fridge.
Yeah, whatever.
You know.
We're all gonna die.
Die.
So now we're going to start adding our ingredients. So we are going to add 6 tablespoons of balsamic vinaigrette to this grease. I'm going to pour it in kind of slow. There we go. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So 6 tablespoons of that. You are going to do 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon of Dijon. And the same with the brown sugar. I'm going to use a different spoon for the brown sugar. Okay, there we go. We're just going to get this blended. Now we're just going to whisk that together, get it blended. Keep the heat down real low. We're just going to keep it warm until we're ready to eat. I got my whisk here. Whisk that all together. The Dijon really helps to emulsify everything, keep it all together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let that heat up. We're going to chop up our bacon, and we're going to add it back to the pan.
What are we adding? I'm sorry, I missed that.
You're going to chop up your bacon or crumble it and add it back to the balsamic vinaigrette. As rough or as thin as you like.
Trying to enter a vehicle. This weekend marches in Kenosha were peaceful. The family repeatedly calling for attention.
Okay. And we're just going to toss that back in the pan. I'm going to put the cover on it and just let it stay warm. I need get that bacon in there. I'm going to peek in and see how my tomato pie is doing. How's everybody else's looking?
Pretty good. I don't think it's done.
No. Mine's got about 6.5 minutes at least. So I'm going to move this up.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Do you want to see something pretty?
Absolutely.
Okay, so this weekend, we, there's my face. we built a new spice rack,
Yes.
and Chris the Geek made labels. So here, let me see if I can find it. There it is.
Wow.
Ta-da!
Oh, that is beautiful.
Isn't it awesome?
Yes, and everything right where you need it. And you don't
Well,
have to dig.
it was in a corner, and it was kind of awkward, and we were doing it, and it was working fine, but it was sort of really cluttered. And so we moved everything over to the other side of the room, and then he made fancy labels for everything. So now it's all got fancy fonts, and
I love it.
yes, it's very fancy. I'm very fancy. I'm your fancy friend.
Robert wants to show you ours. Oh, let me take that out.
Ooh, look at that. Oh, it pulls out.
Pulls out.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not nearly as fancy as I thought I was.
Now,
Mine just hangs on the wall.
I bought this, so, you know, I don't know how fancy it is. But as Jerry said, Robert cannot be one-upped.
Well, you know, it's funny because I looked on lots of websites for a spice rack, and they all hold like 12 spices. I'm
Yes.
sorry, I have like 68 spices. I don't have room in my kitchen for, 12 of those spice racks.
Oh yeah, those cute little spice racks they have. Yeah,
Mhm.
you like this much spice in them, and you're just like,
Yeah.
what's that gonna do? Exactly.
I have another question.
Yeah.
I saw on Facebook today you were all getting ready with your cameras and your lights. I noticed your counters didn't have all the crap on it that my counters have. Old nails, onions that are sprouting, the box
I
of
can
nuts.
tell you the rationale, but
Did you sweep it all away?
no, we actually don't keep a lot on the counters at all.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I grew up in a household where my mom kept everything on the counter, and there was absolutely nowhere to do anything. So I think it's one of those things. So I kind of flipped the opposite way, and so now I'm just like, I don't want anything on my counters.
That's nice. It's like when you go to a what do you call those homes to show a decorated home. It looks like that. Where there's
Yeah.
It looks nice.
Thank you. Yeah. I've just never been much into having a bunch of stuff on there, but we have a few minutes before the quiche comes out or the pie comes out. So we wanted to show you guys. So we talked about the recipe contest last time we were together. We haven't put it together yet. That's on me. I'm kind of, now that we're getting out of this whole, yeah.
I wasn't here last time, so can you recap a little bit?
Absolutely. So we are going to have a contest. It starts as soon as I can pull everything together. Now that I'm back to work, it's a little tough, but I'm getting it together. And you're going to submit your favorite recipe. And what we're going to do is we're going to take those recipes. We're going to figure out which one that we like the best. And we're going to announce that in our January show. And that person that wins will have the option to prepare their recipe for all of us on the February show. But if you're too shy, we'll do it for you. And then we also have a prize, and we actually got our prize. So I will show you guys. It is a beautiful.
Oh, we get to see it. It's not a surprise.
It's not a surprise. So it's a lovely knife set, and it comes with a case and everything. Yes, look at that.
Okay, now I'm going to work harder. Before I was just
So
going to
Ellen
work
and I
at
are
it.
going to just arm wrestle for it.
Yeah.
No arm wrestling for it.
That's a
So
zipper. That's a zipper.
Wow.
With all of these, it comes with the steel, it comes with the chef knife, serrated knives,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
paring knife. Yeah, it's really nice. So
That's
these-
amazing.
but yes, these are all chef quality, comes with the wrap. So not bad, huh?
I thought the prize was going to be like soap or something.
Yeah.
Some herbs Provence.
Right.
Well, I might throw some of that in. You never know.
That's
Now
beautiful.
I'm going to work harder because
Well, Ellen and
Yeah.
I cannot talk from now until.
We are right. We have to work on this, Kibbley.
Yeah, Ellen, remember that recipe made with dog shit? That's the one you should put. That one.
Y'all are too funny. So I wanted to announce too, which Robert announced last time, this is my last live show. I'm getting back to work and with doing all the producing thing and putting together all the ads and emails and everything. It's just a little bit too much for me. So Robert's going to take over the live shows. We're going to go back to one time a month. And we're still going to do cooking shows, and I'll still be cooking, and we'll be putting on YouTube and in the Cooking with Lighthouse Hill site the shows that we do, but we're just for the longer ones, things like the boeuf bourguignon that I want to do for you guys, the shepherd's pie that I want to do for y'all. So all the things take a long time. So we're going to do a combination of live and not live for the ones that take a long, long time.
Cool. What do you do for a job?
I'm an occupational therapist.
Oh, wow.
I work in a rehab hospital, and when COVID hit, I work as needed. And when COVID hit, they weren't letting anyone who wasn't a full-time employee come into the buildings. So I was out of work. So that's when the cooking show kind of came about, and I got more into the shopping site and growing herbs and gardening and all that stuff. Well, now we've got our heads around the whole COVID thing. The COVID patients are now coming to rehab, and so they need more therapists. So now they're letting the PRNs come back in. So I'm back to work.
Also, how many lighthouses do you have in New Mexico?
0. It's 0. We don't even have a big enough reservoir to warrant one.
So did the name come from?
I want to know about the hiking thing, the big girls hiking thing.
Oh, the backpacking? Yeah, so the Big Girls Backpack 2 has kind of taken a back burner for right now because of
Okay, that's cool.
But it is something that I'll get back into once I kind of get reorganized as far as what I'm doing. I'm going to take my quiche out, or my pie out of the oven. But it's going to be a group, and basically we'll get together and, plan trips. And, ooh, look at that. That's better than the last one we made, hon. Look at that one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Oh, that's nicer than the first one we did. But I'm going to offer.
Mine's not quite ready.
Okay. So we're going to offer a course, and I'm going to open champagne while we chat. I'm going to offer a course for people who've never backpacked before and actually need to kind of learn what they need to do in order to backpack for the first time. And we'll talk about, all the things, the pack, the gear, hygiene, shoes, terrain, how to exercise, to prepare, all of that. Now, after you take that course, or if you're already experienced backpacker, you'll come into a membership group. And there we kind of all get together, we plan trips, we talk about each other's trips. Because what I find is, with me, before Robert came into the picture, I was backpacking by myself because they're just finding people of like minds and people of like skill ability. Being a little heavier, it's I can't go as fast as those young 20-year-olds. So basically, it's for people who are a little older, and they're big girls. They're not little skinny twigs, and kind of creating a community. And
I love that.
Yeah, and we can, plan trips together. I can have them come out. We can do a Grand Canyon trip or a Havasu Falls trip, something like that.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah,
I'm excited about it.
I've had a lot of interest. I have like just an open page right now for interest, and I already have, I think, 85 people.
Oh, wow, I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, that are signed up. I didn't send an invite out to everybody.
Okay.
For this one, I wanted to see what could be accomplished by just being organic and going directly to the people who,
right,
to see if there was any interest, because if your friends all just join up.
Absolutely. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, The pie needs to cool down for about 15 minutes. So, and I'm gonna turn off my dressing. And that looks splendid. We've got some yumminess in here.
My dressing is gorgeous.
Pardon?
My dressing is gorgeous.
It's hard not to just drink it.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like, just take your spinach leaf and just dredge it through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I used all of the tomato sludge in the dressing.
Perfect.
Yeah, so it's gonna be and add a little white wine because I wasn't doing the bacon grease.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty awesome.
And yeah, we should try each other's.
At this point, since we are having plugs for people, I'd also like
Hi, honey.
I'd also like to give a plug to Ellen's cooking blog, which she has recently restarted. It is lovely, and the title is Recipes That I Made Up or Stole. Please go check
Well,
it
no,
out.
the title is actually Ellen Likes Food.
Oh,
And the recipe part is recipes I either made up or stole.
okay.
But there's also a restaurant piece and another piece and another piece. This is something actually that Dory gave me as a birthday gift one year, because Dory is very creative at giving gifts that don't cost money.
But really are amazing.
Yes. And so one year she gave me this website and I used it and then I didn't use it for a long time. And then I used a little bit and then I didn't. And now I'm using it a lot more frequently.
Well, we're trying to check into it pretty often. How often are you able to get in there and blog?
Well, you know, in February and March and maybe April, I was doing a lot because I wasn't working and I was cooking a lot and we were eating a lot. And then I started working again. And so I haven't done as much, although I did make coconut flour pancakes this morning that would make you cry to your mama. They're pretty
Really?
amazing.
Now, does it
Yeah,
taste
so I'm
like
gonna put those
coconut?
on. Coconut flour, because Reed can't have wheat flour. So we
I would
use
love to
coconut
try it, but
flour.
Robert doesn't like coconut. So does it taste like coconut?
Yes.
It does. Okay.
I'm sorry, it does.
Oh, okay.
But it's worth trying. It was coconut and it was cinnamon and it was vanilla and it was maple. And so the coconut wasn't necessarily that strong, but they were good.
Oh. Yeah, you can send me that recipe.
I will.
That might
I
be
will.
the winning recipe.
Huh?
That might be the winning recipe, Kipling.
What now?
That might be the winning recipe.
What was
Coconut
that?
flour
I don't know about
Yeah.
that because it wasn't that difficult.
I'm trying to start some smack talk. Can you tell?
There you go.
I was
Yeah, you're
busy
going
putting
down, Kipley.
put all my little tomato scraps into Tupperware with chia seeds and water, and I freeze them, and then I put them out for the chickens when it's really, really hot. So it's chicken popsicles,
That's
and
amazing.
they have to spend time. It gives them something to do, and the chia seeds make them, you know.
Oh, do you want mine?
Yes.
Okay, I'll freeze mine and give them to you.
Yeah, just put them in a Ziploc bag and
Yeah,
then
awesome.
chicken
Perfect.
popsicles.
The herb grow is collected.
Oh, do you
I
want to
love
see
it.
something cool? I got to show you something cool. Our Christopher is turning 21. This is
Oh, for people.
Brian's oldest son, but not the oldest of the stepsons. So we found like Chili Willy popsicles, but they're cocktails.
Ooh!
So that's what we're giving him for his 21st birthday. Did you see?
You can sit in your backyard and have happy hour.
Yeah, but yeah, we won't on his birthday. I'm just gonna wrap them up and give them to him. But I might go back and get some more for me.
Where'd you find them?
Total Wine.
But you want
Is
to
that-
go
you-
someplace where he has to show his ID.
Yeah, I know, I do. Do you have Total Wine out there?
Not in Farmington. We do in Albuquerque, but not in Farmington.
Yeah, but just it was the big wine warehouse.
Yeah.
We went there.
I'm looking for that. I wonder if Amazon has it.
I bet. I'll send you a picture.
Okay. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna try to put this together now. Let's see.
Salad.
It's still right hot. How's everybody's tomato pie? Everybody cooked or still waiting?
Oh, mine looks good now.
Mine looks great. That's great. We're not gonna eat yet though, because we have a family Zoom at the same time, and I'm gonna jump on there as soon as we finish our salad up.
Well, I think I'm gonna wait to cut this one too because it's still really hot and I'm afraid it's not completely all congealed yet. So basically for serving, a big old wedge of your tomato pie, a big old scoop of your spinach salad, drizzle on top as much or as little of that yummy balsamic vinaigrette as you like, and bon appetit. I think we'll probably top ours with a little bit of blue cheese too.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, we did that the other day. It was good. All right. Any questions? Comments? Any more plugs?
Well, dressing is amazing.
And it's
Dressing is
so
absolutely.
No, great. I'm just looking at my ingredients, and I think we used all of them this time.
I'm working on. Hey, you know what, Kipling? That's funny because I told Robert it was like a day or two after the last one where I forgot some of the ingredients. I was watching Rachel Ray, her show, and she was making some sort of a sauce, and she forgot 2 of the ingredients, and I was like, yes, okay.
Well, you had us
That's
make a
so
balsamic reduction, I guess a month ago, and I made way more than we needed, so that's what I'm using. I put it in my bacon grease pan and added the mustard. So,
And that stuff
Nice.
never goes bad. The balsamic reduction never goes bad.
right. So I have a lot of it.
Yeah, we still have a whole jar, a whole bottle.
Right.
Yeah, that's what me too.
I have some in my freezer just in case behind the hamburger.
They say put it on top of vanilla ice cream.
Oh, wow.
We got a farm delivery once, and the strawberries were slimy. And I emailed the farmer and I said, the strawberries were nasty. And then I thought, I'm my father's child. I'm not going to throw them away. So I cooked them down with some black pepper.
Yeah.
I made a strawberry black pepper sauce and served it over ice cream. And oh my Jesus, it was the best thing ever. So I emailed the farmer and I said,
really
oh,
sounds
by the
wonderful.
way.
But I'm telling you right now,
What's that?
that is the greatest thing
Limoncello.
on vanilla ice cream ever.
Oh, limoncello.
Limoncello. Ever.
It's a little boozy for me. Put it over ice cream.
Yeah.
But
Well, I'm going to head out because we have our family Zoom, and I'm going to try to catch everybody say hi. This
you
was
guys
fun.
go. I love you so much. We'll see you
In a month?
in a month, in about 3 weeks. I can't remember the exact date.
Yes,
Love and kisses.
and we're going to
Tell
go to
everybody in the
Spain.
family I said hi.
Well, you
What?
all don't have to sign off. I just have to, I want to go say hi to my family.
Oh,
So.
no, I'm hungry.
You can look at my kitchen.
We're going to go to Spain next time.
Bye, guys.
Ooh, I'm excited. Bye.
Love you.
I have 2 or 3
Love you,
jars.
Carrie.
Everybody,
Bye,
fun
Carrie.
time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.